Thank you. Victoria's just joining now. All right, I'm going to switch across to the presentation. Bear with me, and I'm going to share screen into it. There we go, and slideshow. Sorry.
The joys of running Zooms, hey? The technical aspect.
We're back.
Awesome. All righty. Can you see if anyone's joining there?
Yes, I can. No, I can't. Off you go.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome. So Vanessa and Andrew normally run this presentation. They're actually at the Fast Track conference the last 2 days. So we're actually super excited to be doing this presentation for the X39. This little thing here, this X39 LifeWave activation, stem cell activation patch, which has been an absolute game changer for our own family and also my clients. So I run a health and wellness clinic here on the Sunshine Coast. And I have lots of alternative therapies like a hyperbaric chamber, sound therapy, water beds, red light therapy, plasma light therapy, bioresonance machines. And, this is my gig. I love health and wellness. And let me tell you, when we introduced this little patch to our life and to our clients, it's literally been the icing on the cake. For my own family, my son in particular, he is actually been very ill for quite a few years. He was early stage leukemia 3 years ago, and we were able to reverse all symptoms through my technology, and now adding the X39 patch has now just been a game changer for his health. I mean, this kid was bedridden. He was sick of a drop of a hat. He'd go outside, he'd catch the flu just by a bit of wind getting on him. He had literally no immune system. And what this has done for him, he's now playing rep basketball, so under 12s. He's thriving, and it's just been it's just a godsend, because now I've gone from treating this little kid 3 hours a day on all my technologies to now just doing maintenance with him, which for a young boy of 9-10 years old is just phenomenal. He can have his life back now, not just living in treatments all day long.
Yeah.
Not only that, you've had an amazing experience
as
well.
Just to add to Bo, it was pretty serious. He was pre-leukemia, and we almost lost him 3 times. He almost stopped breathing with all sorts of food allergies and reactions that just came out of nowhere. So that got us on this health journey. And X39, when we put the patch on him, I didn't think anything was going to happen, to be perfectly honest. I said, what's this little sticker going to do, right? I mean, really, come on. I'm an engineer, so I'm looking at this thing going, nah, I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
And literally, he woke up the next morning and he was bouncing off the walls, full of energy, like I've never seen before. Like his whole complexion had changed from like a pale color to like vibrant. He actually looked healthy again. And I could not get him to stop moving that day. He just wanted to play basketball nonstop. He said, Dad, I feel so great. I feel so great. And we were literally just crying. Like we were just crying tears of gratitude that someone had introduced this little sticker to our family. And we all tried it the same night, right? And so we're a little bit of one patch wonders.
But not everyone's like that.
Not everyone gets a result in the same day.
Yeah, it's normally, this is a long-term solution. This is not an overnight fix. For some people, they do have immediate benefits, but for others, this is a long-term game, because if we've got chronic issues or we've had stuff that's been around for a long time, that takes time to heal and to get back to where you were. So it's definitely not an overnight fix, but it does have those benefits.
Well, what happened for me is that I've had a bad back for many years. I'm 6'5", and really struggled with my lower back. And I put it on, and literally the next morning, my back pain was gone. Not only that, my mobility and flexibility had increased 100%. I could touch my toes for the first time in 10 years. And I was like, what? What just happened? And I was moving around. I was going, this is phenomenal. Sleep was way better. Energy's up. And over the last few months, even my hair's growing back. It's getting darker in color. My gray is disappearing. So I'm pretty pumped about that, So it's had a lot of impacts on our family. Let's get into a little bit more about this patch and who actually started it.
All right, so David Schmidt, he's not only the inventor of this X39 patch, but he's also the CEO of the company, which is just phenomenal because it's very rare that you have a CEO and the inventor doing the same role. But he has over 130 patents. This guy is a genius. He specializes in age reversing technology, not anti-aging, but age reversing. And the clinical studies that have been done, the patents that he has, like there's nothing else like this. But he really just focused his attention on stem cell research back in 2008, which took him over 10 years and $4.5 million to actually bring this to the market. So this is not just like an overnight, guy that's decided to create something, in just the last few years. He's been at this for a very long time. And now with the X39, this has been a game changer to people and also the business.
Yeah. Just to add to that, he actually started with the US Navy. He was engaged by the military to try help the Navy SEALs that are in submarines for 6 months at a time. How do we boost their energy without drugs, right? And that's how he actually came up with the idea on how these light patches works using your own infrared light. And we'll get into how these patches work in a moment. All right, so on the patents, we've got on the slide here about 130 patents. I think he's up at 180 patents. Just for those of you who don't understand what a patent is, you cannot get something patented and protected legally without proving that it does what it does, right? So you can't just make a claim and go, this is my product, I want to patent it worldwide. And so all the clinical trials that had to be done, all the research to actually prove to the patent regulators that this actually works. And if you read carefully here, it says it elevates copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing. Now, that's what the patent says, and that's what it does. It's all backed by science and clinical trials. And for those of you who want to know a bit more and read that, we've got some links to share with you. We can read through all the trials of what this does. And when I read the science, being an engineering background, I was blown away by how much research is backed behind this, let alone the patents.
So,
so let's talk about how it works. So it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. What is phototherapy? It is, when you go out into the sunlight and you get sunshine and then your body actually produces vitamin D. It's the same process, right? So here what happens is the infrared light from your body actually reflects back, hits the patch and actually reflects back into your body, and that sends a signal to start activating your own stem cells. That's how it works. And then your body does it all naturally. So your body produces all the healing stem cells and copper peptides. It's a patented nanocrystal. It's non-transdermal. So what does that mean? It's fully sealed plastic, right? Nothing touches your skin. You've got the nanocrystals inside the sealed sleeve,
which is made up of literally amino acids and those salts and crystals. So there's no chemicals in that. It's
all organic.
It's all organic, so there's nothing actually going into your skin.
Yeah, it's not like a nicotine patch where you put it on and chemicals go into your bloodstream to get a physiological response, right? So here it is completely safe, non-transdermal, and it's non-invasive, which is great.
So, why stem cell activation patch? Why do we need this? Is because as we age, the fewer stem cells we actually reproduce. So just think of hundreds of millions of people out there experiencing all sorts of issues with age. And I see it every day in my health and wellness clinic, the amount of chronic issues that come in not because people are not doing the right thing, but it's just the nature of us aging.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, is by the time we're 30, we've actually lost 50% of our stem cells. So they're no longer active. I mean, that's not very old, 30 years of age. But then we get to 60, we're literally down to 10%. So this is why all sorts of issues come to play, whether it's autoimmune conditions or back pain, joint pain, all sorts of inflammation. And we're not as fast or as fit as we used to be because we actually don't produce those stem cells. So this is why it's so important to re-engage and activate them.
Actually, there's so many benefits from X39. Every one of these backed by clinical trials, and there are so many testimonials. We'll give you a link to the testimonial page. Just read through that at your leisure. It'll blow you away. Increased strength, like we've seen this as well ourselves, and they've tested with athletes. Your endurance, your strength in the gym, exercise, increases massively. We've got one of the commercial managers at the mine that I work with. He's never lifted such heavy weights his entire life, and he's in his 40s, right? Reduced inflammation. I experienced this in my back, knee pain, joint pain. The stem cells go up there and mop up all the inflammation and actually naturally reduces inflammation in the body like an anti-inflammatory.
The increased so energy and vitality, that was one of the things for me. I actually had chronic fatigue running my previous business, and with two very young kids, I actually had adrenal burnout and chronic fatigue. So for me, I always used to have a bit of an afternoon nap, or get that sugar kick at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon just to give me that energy. And that is gone. And I've been on them now for 5 months. And I literally now can get up at 4 a.m. without a doubt, go to the gym, work all day in a clinic, taking care of, people all day, homeschool my kids, and then still go till 9, 10 o'clock at night without needing a sleep. Yeah. And I don't even use half of my technology anymore like I used to. And I've got a whole house full of the latest tech, and I don't even have to use that as much as I used to before. So it's just amazing what it does for energy and vitality, and not to mention mental clarity, the amount of focus that it gives you, the ability to manage stress better. That's been a huge change for me. My stress levels, I'm not so reactive anymore. Sure. Obviously juggling lots of things as well. But also it restores the muscle and skeletal conditions and improves sleep. That was a big one for me. I used to wake up around 2 or 3 a.m. And now I'm able to sleep through all the way till 4, which is just amazing. And then also improvement in skin appearance, because it does increase the collagen in your skin, but it also increases the in collagen in your internal organs, which we'll talk about in a bit later on. Yeah. But obviously, LifeWay products are not here to diagnose or treat or cure or prevent any disease or medical condition. It's just basically helping you, reactivate those stem cells so your body can go into homeostasis and do what it's meant to do. But again, we just need to make that statement.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I find that all the aches and pains that I was getting as I got older are disappearing, right? I used to work out, I used to hurt a lot. That's all going away. And so just to see those benefits, my mental clarity at work has just gone through the roof. I'm so much more centered, calmer, and I can just see things so much more clearly. I can solve problems way faster. And that's all due to the X39 patch.
So how do you wear the X39? Well, this is so simple. I love this because it's not another supplement. It's not, the amount of supplements that I used to have to take, and even with my kids, it's just so much work to stay healthy. But with these, it's so simple. You just literally peel it off like this, okay? And you just stick it on the back of your neck, so your C7 at the spine, or you can stick it below the navel. That's where the clinical studies have been done. But to be honest, I just say put it where it hurts. So if you've got a sore shoulder or you've got a sore elbow, I put it on my elbow the other day when I went to the gym, or my ankle where I broke a year ago now. So you can put it literally where it hurts. It works anywhere in the body. So you just wear it for 12 hours and then you take it off. Only wear this in the morning because it might give you energy at night. So we recommend in the morning, first thing in the morning, where you brush your teeth, pop on the patch, and then take it off just before you go to bed. And then you repeat the next day, you wear the same. So you take a new patch and you pop that on. And then you just want to make sure that you're super hydrated with good quality spring water is ideal. And then you want to be adding a little bit of Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt for those electrolytes. That's just going to help you stay super hydrated and make the patches work even more effectively.
Yeah, so if you look at what actually happens long term, right? In the first few days, 4,000 of your own genes, that's a third of your genes, begin to reset to a younger, youthful state. This is just amazing. This is literally rapid age reversal technology. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced, like we spoke about. We're going to give you a slide on that next, right? Within 3 months, your collagen's increased. So you'll start seeing wrinkles start to disappear, but on the internal side, the collagen in your organs starts to increase as well, making them stronger and healthier. Then within 6 months, this blew me away, right? Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. They've proven with clinical studies that for every 1 day that you wear the patch, your heart reverses in age by 1 1/3 days, right? It is phenomenal, right? So, and if you think of heart disease as being the number one risk that people face, getting a younger heart as you grow older, sign me up for that,
I'm in.
It's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So, and these are just some of the benefits, but just so you can expect what happens over time. But Natasha made a very good point at the beginning of the presentation. You need to be doing this for at least 3 months. And 96% of people get a significant change in their health within 3 months, right? 25% get it in the first week, 50% get it in 1 month, and 96% of people get it in 3 months. But then also, the older you are, you need to ideally, for every decade you've been alive, ideally allow for 1 month, right?
But to be honest, look, you need, there's no overnight, it's not a magic pill that fixes everything overnight. It's just, I don't think that exists. But this is, something that you need to do consistently. Like, you at least give this 6 to 12 months, especially if you've got chronic conditions, whether it's, all sorts of autoimmune conditions or, more serious conditions like cancer. You've got to give these things a long-term go, not just an overnight fix. But, some people do have that experience, like my son, which was immediate. But again, this is, we want to make this, really an important point, that give this time, because these issues didn't just happen overnight. They came, through years of, probably overdoing it, exercise or food, or who knows, stress
genetics
levels, all sorts of things at play. So you've got to give this stuff time to actually work. I think a lot of people give up too soon and don't give us the opportunity that it needs to really get the benefits. So that's what we recommend.
If I can just add to that, like, I want to live longer, right? I don't want to, I know what happens scientifically as you age. Like, things get really worse when you hit your 60s, when you're 70s, your body really starts to deteriorate. I want to avoid that altogether if I can, right? And the number one thing I can do is actually put a patch on and activate my stem cells. The alternative product is stem cell injections, which I've had on my knees. I flew to the Caribbean.
$20,000
later. Worked for 2 weeks.
I've sort of got some other things for that.
Sure. Worked for 2 weeks and then actually did. But regardless, there are some success stories with stem cell injections, but they're extremely expensive, right?
And risky too, and very risky.
And they come with a lot of risk, and that's usually unaffordable for most people. For less than a cup of coffee a day, you can put a stem cell patch, a stem cell activation patch on your body, and actually start producing stem cells. And I want to do that for the rest of my life. To me, this is the number one health insurance policy that I can do for myself.
And the amount of money we actually spend on health insurance is crazy. So, again, it's just an insurance policy for us.
Great. So this is, I'm going to show you now, this is all about the brain rebalancing, right? This is a brain scan of a 77-year-old woman. She placed the X39 on the back of her neck. When she first came in, you can see the inflammation in red there on the left-hand side, session 1, lack of brain coherence, inflammation in the brain. In session 2, that's the rescan. 3 weeks later, no more inflammation, improved brain coherence. And then you can see by session 3, 6 weeks later, even more coherence in the brain and complete turnaround, right? And you can see down below, when she came in, her brain was very hyperactive, right? Her brain calmed down dramatically by her second visit. And after wearing the patch for 3 weeks, remained calm after wearing the patch for 6 weeks. A key thing here, like, we have a lot of ADHD clients as well. One of our dear friends, Kirsty, she's lived with ADHD her whole life. Even her son has it. She put the X39 patch on. After week 2, she said she suddenly just said, what's going on? And she realized that she said, is this what stillness feels like? All the noise and the mind chatter had dropped away. She was centered, she could focus, she could complete tasks. And then after that, her son as well at school improved massively. He could focus, more attention, etc.
So to find out more information, you can go to thisisitinfo.com. So there is a whole bunch of testimonials. There's also all the patents and the clinical studies. And there's even doctors talking about it. So really, if you want to take a deep dive, then I recommend going to thisisitinfo.com. And, you can absolutely have a field day in here. There's so much information, for people that want to, look more into the science of it, or even just the case studies are just absolutely inspirational.
Okay, a little bit about the company. It's a 20-year-old company. It's open in over 75 countries. There is no other competitive product out there in the industry. So there's no one, you can't just go to a different brand and go, I'll go buy it from someone else. No one else has this. That's what makes us so unique. And you can see the growth of its revenue over time. We are heading towards $1 billion this year.
This year, correct.
It's the most fastest growing direct selling company in the market.
And this is not a Me Too product. This is what I love about this company. You can't actually find this anywhere else in the world. And it's not like another weight loss supplement or a skincare supplement or who knows? There's all these supplements out there that are all competing with each other. But this is the only company that has this technology that says what it does, and it's in 75 countries around the world. So it's a very unique opportunity, and it is one of the best. Well, it's the fastest growing direct sales company on the planet.
Yeah. All good. I just want to check a setting quickly.
Yeah, camera.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on there.
Yeah. There we go. We just want to make sure.
All good.
There's a camera should be stuff in there. Is there anyone in the waiting room there?
I'll just admit everyone. No.
There we go.
Admit apologies. Back to this.
So this should have a little camera in the corner.
It should. I'm not sure why it does not.
Okay.
Right. Again, this is in the health industry. As far as the direct selling, it is now, I think, for the third year running, ranked the #1 momentum company. So what's great about this is it's a reputable business. It is in 75 countries. It is growing rapidly. It has a very solid product backed by patents and clinical trials, and it's getting people great results
with no competition. There's
no competition.
There's no competitor.
To me, being a business person and entrepreneur, I'm going, now that is opportunity, right? Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the health benefits here, right? And if you're just interested in the health aspects, that's fantastic. The patch has got some amazing benefits, so many testimonials that we'll show you the links to. But what I love about this, it's also got an amazing income stream as well. If you're interested in getting your patches paid for those of you who may not be able to afford a cup of coffee a day for a patch, if you just share it with 4 people, you can get your patches paid for. But it's even a more amazing opportunity behind it because you can get health and wealth with this product. It's got one of the most generous compensation plans available on the planet today. And I just want to talk about direct selling quickly. A lot of people are very much put off by the direct selling market, direct selling model, or the MLM. David Schmidt, the CEO, explains why he chose it. He's chosen it for very specific reasons. Number one, he wanted to make these patches the most affordable to get, right? The way he does that is he does it through direct selling, where people can actually share this with other people and actually get a commission from it and get their patches paid for free. He wanted no excuse that people can't afford this. Secondly, it actually gives them the fastest way to enter into countries. It's the fastest way to spread. If we went through retail, the price would be triple this, and it would be unaffordable for most people. So I'm actually personally very glad he chose the direct selling model. Not everyone's comfortable with it, and it's got a bit of bad press. But LifeWave, I can assure you, is a reputable company. They've got an amazing product. We work with our clients in the clinic every day with it. We see transformations not only here but all around the world. And what's even great, the compensation plan, we are seeing the benefits of this as well. I mean, we were just 2 months into the company, 8 weeks into the business, and we're just sharing it with people. And we had 2 return trips for our family paid for to Bali. And I've never had that before. I've been in other multi-level marketings before.
Or direct selling.
Direct selling.
I don't think I made $1.
Didn't make $1, right? And maybe got a $10 commission check that I couldn't cash.
To be honest, I always went in with the product. I always fell in love with the product first. To me, it was never about the business. It was always like, is this product good? Does it say what it, does it do what it says it does? And do you get the results? That's for me, my number one, if I promote anything in my clinic or anything to anyone, it's got to get the results. Otherwise there's no point in sharing it. So that's number one.
So for you, like, what's important in your life? Is it more family? Is it being with your family? Is it more family time? Is it more freedom? Do you want more security, more travel, better health, less debt? Well, what's great about the LifeWave X39 patches, you get health and an income stream with it.
If you want to.
If you want to, right? Yep. If you're not interested in that, we're going to go through a little bit about the business. Don't be put off by it. But for those of you who want to know, we'll just go through that, and then we'll talk about how much does it cost and how you can actually go about ordering it. Right, so there's a number of different ways you can get paid. One of the most exciting ways is actually you can earn up to $25,000 a week.
And there's a lot of people doing this, a lot of people in America and now in Australia that are growing. So it's only really been here for the last 2 years. Yeah. So you're really getting in at the very beginning in Australia, whereas, it's probably been a little bit longer, probably about 3 years in America where this has really taken off. So it's really amazing now to get in at this opportunity at this level.
Yeah. So the way it works is you just have a team on your left and you have a team on your right. Nothing more than that. It's a team on your left and team on your right. Very simple. You don't have all these multiple different trees and streams. And if you just get 2 people under you on the left and 2 people on the right, that gets you the manager. and straight away you can start getting commissions to get your patches paid for. It's as simple as that. That's just the one way of getting paid. This is also on the matching bonus. This is great. As your team grows, as you share it with more people and they share it with more people, this is what blows me away. It's like everyone underneath you is growing in volume, and you get paid on the volume of the entire team. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's the person above you, it's the person below you, and the person below them. The more people that add into the system, you get actually paid on the bonus of each leg. And what's called the matching bonus is that for the first person that you've enrolled underneath you, you get 25% commission of their matching bonus. And then the second level down is 20%, and the third level down is 20% again, which is just unheard of, where you get these bonuses, matching bonuses on the volume of your team. So what's great about this is that you're actually in this all together. So the more you succeed as a team, above you, below you, everyone benefits. Yeah. Which just blew my head off. I'd never seen that in a compensation structure before.
But obviously, LifeWave makes no promises or guarantees regarding income. This is everyone gets in, and this is their own business. So if you put in more effort, you obviously get more effort back. More rewards back. So it's all about, also your ability to, go out there and put the time and effort into it to get the results as well.
But I just want to try to simplify this. This is not complex, right?
Yes.
You don't need to know hundreds and hundreds of people. If you just share it with 4 people.
And everyone knows 4 people that they know, like, and trust.
Thank you. That know, like, and trust, right? Yeah. Share it with 4 people. And then they share it with 4 people. So all you got to do is find 4 people. That's it. And then you help those people find 4 people, and you help them find 4 people. Everyone knows 4 people that they know, like, and trust. So to me, it's a very simple business model.
So how do you order the patches? So there's 3 ways that you can get started. And these are the wholesale prices to get in. So the first one is a 3-month supply. So one of these sleeves has 30 of these tiny little patches in. So there's a 30-day supply. So the core pack is actually 3-month supply. So that's for an individual who wants to just get started. And that comes to a price of $295 US, which is approximately about 515 Australian dollars. So, and if you were to sign someone up, if you joined and you signed someone up under that core package, you'd actually get a $35 commission based on that person signing up. Yes. Now, if you're a couple though, and you want to do it together, then we obviously recommend the advanced pack, which is a 6-month supply of X39. So that would be 3 months each. And again, that would be $535 US, which is approximately about 900 Australian dollars, but that would be 6-month supply, and you could share that. And that really is the one that unlocks the business side. So if you want to share this with 4 people and they go on and they share this technology as well, and they go on auto ship and get a monthly subscription, then this is how you start the business and you unlock the full compensation plan. And that's really all you need to do to get started. And if anyone you sign up on this package, you actually get a $75 commission. But then for the people that are serious about this, and this is where we got in at the premium, because we are so excited. We just want to share this with everyone. We wanted to have stock available. So if people joined, that we could actually give some, ready to go so they could start straight away, and then they could just return the month back. And we just needed stock on hand. And also we wanted to save money. So it actually cost us only $87.50 a sleeve versus $100 a sleeve on those other core packages. So we wanted to save money and get the bigger pack and also start the business. Yeah. So that allowed us to really go for it. But then again, you obviously really want to be on the monthly subscription. So if you, you want to keep on the 1 month subscription, which is $99.95 US a month as a minimum, if it's for one person. But to stay locked in on the business side, you need at a minimum 2 sleeves a month. So that's about $199 US a month to stay, making sure you literally get the most out of the comp plan. And that's really, to be honest, to run a business, a couple of $100 US a month, to keep a business running, it's nothing. We spend more on software on, to run our clinic and all our other websites. So to be honest, this is one of the most affordable businesses to get into. I mean, I don't know any business that allows you to get started at 950 Australian dollars. I really don't, because the cost of my clinic was at least $500,000 just to get the equipment started. So it's very little risk. You just start sharing. It's so simple and it's so affordable, and there's very little risk at all.
Yeah. So and just to put it in context, it's no more than the price of a cup of coffee. Yeah. It works out to about $6 a patch.
Yeah.
And anyone can afford a cup of coffee a day.
Yeah.
For those of you going, oh, that's a bit of a stretch for me, just share it with 4 people and you can start to get your patches paid for.
Yeah, as long as they're on auto ship and you've signed up 4 people and they're doing their monthly orders, then you get your month's supply of patches covered. This is the most amazing thing just by sharing this technology. So to find out more information, you can go to thisisit.info.com. That's more about all the testimonials, the patents, all the clinical studies. There's amazing interviews with doctors talking about it. This stuff is life-changing. And then if you want to, dive deep into the business, the thisisitteam.com, it has a most efficient, easy system. And we have built, 7-figure businesses from scratch where we had to do all the marketing, emails, sales, webinars, the whole lot from scratch. I tell you, there's never been a simpler system than thisisitteam.com to follow. And it's step-by-step. All the trainings there, all the support there. The community is absolutely exceptional. The leaders that we have are phenomenal, and it really is a team effort. And this is what you won't just join a company, you're joining a community of people that want to change the world and help so many people and share this technology. So not only get their health back, but to create a financial freedom and wealth so they can actually live their life the way they want to and not be, stuck in a job that they don't love. You're actually changing people's lives. And for us, it's changed our life. And we just want to share it because we know the power of this technology.
Yeah. And if you're wondering how you would actually share this with someone, you tell them about the patch, you send them a link to thisisinfo.com. You get them to actually just join one of these webinars. They run every single day. So you say, just jump on either a pre-recording or a live webinar and then follow them up. 3 steps.
Yeah, that's it.
It's that simple. You either put a patch on them and tell them about the website, thisisinfo.com. Get them to actually watch one of the live webinars or pre-recorded webinars, and then give them a phone call and see what they think. It's as simple as that. Nothing pushy. The whole system is there for you. The entire marketing system is there. There are online trainings, online webinars happening all around the world every day. You don't have to do a thing. You just tell them about it, get them to watch the videos, and then follow them up. It's that simple.
What I love about it is you don't have to be the expert. No. I mean, we didn't, I'm not scientific. I definitely didn't know the science behind it. And I didn't need to. I just started sharing. I led people to a webinar like this. It was a very simple system. And even if I didn't know, I reached out to my upline and said, hey, do you mind helping me out? And to be honest, I literally didn't know much at all. I just loved the product. I just wanted to share. So you don't need to know everything. You just got to get started, start using the patches, and keep, sharing the message out there. It is just such an easy way to create a business like this. I've never seen anything like it. So the time is now.
All right. So if you're serious about your dream, if you want something more, if you want health and wealth together, then I cannot recommend a better product than this. It's so affordable, especially from a business perspective. And when you look at what people are earning in Australia and overseas, it'll blow you away. And what's great about this is that the more people that join over time, remember, you get paid on the overall bonus of the volume, right? So as that volume grows in Australia, you naturally make more money, but you have to be active, right? You've got to have people who are and you spend the monthly subscription, and then you can benefit from that volume. And so when I look at how this evolves over time, the sooner you get in underneath the binary system in the tree structure, the better you benefit.
Yeah, and also, it's not like a quick, quick money making thing. This is a long term. Even if you stuck at this, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and people in this business 2 years in are doing phenomenal amounts of money. Started out in a very small community. Tessa, who started out with 12, 13,000 people, is now senior presidential director 2 years in and making, amazing income, but she just stuck with it and just followed the system. Did do the work, but just didn't give up. Didn't give up, in that period of time.
And she did that in a rural country town of Mudgee, New South Wales, right? Not in a buzzing CBD with millions of people. She just shared the product. She is now the #1 earner in Australia and doing phenomenally well after just 2 years in Mudgee.
And I know with our own business, it definitely didn't take 2 years to get to that income. I think I was making $17,000 in the first 2 years for the whole year, let alone a week. So,
but again, we also don't forget about the health benefits. So if you want health and wealth together, if you just for the health, you've got nothing to lose but to try it. Like, you put a sticker on, it's completely non-invasive, completely safe, no drugs. You got nothing to lose. Give it a try for 3 months. You know, some people go, "Oh, I need to know more." That's fine. See what the doctors are saying. Read the testimonials. Read the clinical trials. But at the end of the day, just put a patch on. Just try it for 3 months.
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose, and it's a cup of coffee a day. You know, like to me, I'm going, why wouldn't you try this if it's got all these benefits?
Yeah.
Right?
So all you need to do is reach back out to the person who introduced you to this webinar, and you can again go through the core, advanced, or premium, depending on where you're at. Again, getting started at just that 3 month for yourself, it's about 530 Australian dollars. And then if you want to do it as a couple, or if there's 2 people in your family, and you want to start sharing, then the advance will then unlock the full power of the business. And then you can get your 6 month supply. But then if you're really serious and go, you know what, I'm all in, I really want to share this technology, then go the premium, because that is where you can really build fast. And that's what we did as well. But again, you just do what feels right for you, and reach back out to the person that introduced you. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Great. Oh, we might just stop there and see if there's any questions. And I'll just stop the recording as well. Just go to recording. Stop the share. Admit. Done.